Hi, Richo here from DA Australia. Today I want to talk about the 18MZ. Now Futaba's 18MZ, their flagship model, has been around for quite a while and it's been out in various configurations. This is the new one now. This is their 18MZ, their anniversary edition. Not a lot of difference in it really. Slight colour change, red sticks and a few minor little cosmetic things, but essentially it's the same radio. Now this transmitter's been out for over a year now. And I get often asked, why would I want to spend that kind of money on an 18-channel radio? Well, it's purely personal. I mean, I have to admit straight up, I own one of these. It's a great piece of equipment. I love it to death, and I don't think I could go backwards. Now, I don't essentially have any brand loyalty to any one particular brand. Good product is good product, but often I get asked, why would I want to spend more than $635 for a 14-channel transmitter like this one here, which will essentially do everything you want it to do to a fair degree as well. Well, there is a few differences. This transmitter is capable of so many things, and most of them you probably may never use. Depends on your demands. From my application, where I normally fly iMac and a few scale things from time to time, it does everything I need to do, plus a lot more, where I can change a lot of things in the functionality of the transmitter. Now, its versatility to me is worth the extra money. And what I mean by versatility, it allows me to make other options when I'm building a model, whether I decide to use a power box, whether I decide to use the receiver, lots of different things it gives me options for when I'm using dual elevators or even 4 servos for the elevators. I can assign channel functions with this so much quicker and so much easier without mixing than I can with any other transmitter that's out there. Now, there has a lot of really nice features internal of this thing that's different to the 14 MZ and 12Zs from previous years. Now the changes for me, while a lot of people with their 14 MZ think, well, it hasn't got a lot of things that are different, I don't think I'll bother changing. I also thought that till I got one and had to play around with it. Quite a few things are different. Things that are different which I really like, the touchscreen is much faster. It's much more sensitive. You can use your finger, you don't need to use a stylus without fear of ruining the screen. The other thing is its battery life. With the 14MZ, his battery was only 2200 milliamp pack, which was fine for a day's flying, but once the screen was lit up and it was active all the time, it was quite power hungry, and essentially you would run out of battery quite quickly. So consequently you always had 1 or 2 batteries spare in your flight case. This chap, I haven't had to do that. It runs a huge battery. This is his replacement one here. From memory, it's a 3200 milliamp pack, 3500 milliamp pack. I haven't flattened one of these yet, even when I'm setting up the aircraft. Now, if you want to use a keyboard and a mouse on the 18MZ, it's all in the side little pocket here. There's a USB port on the side here where you put your dongle from your wireless mouse or your wireless keyboard, or both. If they're both assimilated to each other, put it in here, and then you can make all the changes using the mouse and the scroll button or the keyboard. So essentially, if you're transposing information from another brand of radio or something where you can't use the jump drive or the SD drive, you can sit there and do all this manually. It's also great when you're doing servo programming. The other feature this has over the 14MZ and previous versions of the 14MZ and the 12Z is it has an S-Bus servo encoder inside it, where you can actually change the servo, so you can program from that. Now that's done from the rear of the unit. This is just kept down in the back here. You can plug your servos in here, make the changes to S-Bus servos, do all the programming via the transmitter. Also, the other feature it does have, no big deal, but it's nice to have, is a camera. Not a big deal, but I could live without it, but it's quite nice. You can take a photo of your airplane, add it to your to the model selections. When you pick it up, you'll have a nice model picture of your model there for every model that you have. It'll store it on board, or store it on an SD card, or wherever you want to store the item on, and then you can just assign it to the model. That's nice and easy. Before, on previous models, doing this was a bit of a headache. You actually had to take a photograph, digital camera, get it the right size, put it on your SD card, put it in. Camera eliminates that. I can live without it, doesn't matter if it's got it. I like the feature that it is there. It saves me doing all that mucking around. Now, the other great feature with all the Futabas, and this one in particular, this cheaper model also has this, with its functions. You can change any function on here, any channel, to work on any stick or any trim function. That's all doable via the software. So if you particularly want to run full throttle servos, for instance, and you want individual sub trimming, which would be preferable on that. But all operating off the throttle trim, it's all doable by the flick of a button. It's really, really easy. Now this model does that as well, which is a great feature. Those kind of things I find an added advantage when you're setting up your models and when you want to get the desired outcome. So in a lot of ways, this is a step ahead of a lot of the opposition that's out there. The other thing this does that this chap doesn't do when you get into fine tuning, such as knife edge mixing on aerobats, when I assign the knife edge mix, which is just off the software menu, I can assign a switch or a rotary dial here with the trim function on it. I could add the percentage that I want it to trim, so when I'm actually flying, put it on a knife edge pass, needs more up elevator, I can just turn the little knob and do it while it's in flight. I don't have to land, change it digitally, and then go back and try it again. Once I'm done, lock it away and it's finished. Those kind of features I like. The other thing I do like, such as servo speed, is changeable between conditions or flight modes for those of a different vernacular. Flight modes, flight conditions, same thing. You can alter the servo speed for each condition that you wish. This model can't do that, so you're paying for a lot more software, for a lot more features, and to be honest, it's a better quality radio. It's made of, there's a lot more metal used in here, it's a lot sturdier. The gimbals are all ball bearing. Also thing with this is the gimbals, you can actually angle the gimbals out or in to suit your thumbs. Now my thumbs, I like the gimbals to come out a little bit, it feels more comfortable. Those small added features I'm willing to pay extra money for. All the features on board this transmitter, I'm willing to pay more than $635 for this because it suits my flying and what I want to do. If it doesn't suit yours, that's fine. This radio is still fantastic radio, good value for money. If you're using a DX18 and you're really happy with it, fantastic, that's what you want. For me, and I think for all the guys who have been using Futaba, 14MZs, 12Zs, and thinking about an 18MZ, the money is worth it. You get a lot of cool features and it does some wonderful things.